If you're new to Deception Bytes, hit the like and subscribe button and be sure to hit the bell to be notified of future videos. If you wish to support the channel, the links are in the description below. Now, fasten your seatbelt. Here we go. All right, guys, let's do this. It's Friday night and it is October 26th and it's 10:06 p.m. Eastern Time. So let's get into this. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about, and it mainly centers around suspicious packages. Yes, I think all packages should be suspicious. I like it when my packages are suspicious. Um, I don't know. I just think it makes it more interesting. Anyway, let's get into this. Now, I'm going to go out to this website. Some of you may be aware of this website and some of you may not be. But generally, this would not be a website that I would refer anybody to, but they do have a very good thread in here that I wanted to show you, and hence why we're here. So, and this says mutiny, FBI agent leak that no explosive material was found in devices, is public disclosure of shadow government false flag psyop. Well, it's looking more and more evident that Operation Reichstag encompasses all former target of deep state investigations from Orlando to Vegas, with this bomber being no stranger to law enforcement. No, I should say not. He's been arrested 9 times, and one of those times was for something similar. Please explain the who and how, which allowed for the FBI to be filmed in broad daylight by news choppers placing a tarp over the perpetrator's rolling billboard of a van for maximum political efficiency. And he asks that with a question. And I would have to say that he or she, whoever has written this, is correct, because I asked myself the same thing. Like, why are they doing that? And why all of a sudden is this the only news you can get? The only news. That was key evidence, but let's not forget the fact that if this guy was so dangerous and these weren't hoax devices, why was the OP conducted, or the operation conducted, in the middle of the night after placing surveillance on him for 24 hours? What was the hurry, Director Wray? Because you can't have it both ways, claiming he was an immediate threat to the public, yet place surveillance on him for 24 hours only to conveniently apprehend him, and the evidence in broad daylight with the camera rolling, but you sent in SWAT to raid Manafort for white-collar crimes under the cover of darkness. Yes, Mr. Wray, I would like to have the answers to that as well. Wonder why, even though you knew about this man and knew that he was such a danger, why you would just wait for 24 hours and then do it in broad daylight where everyone could see and a news chopper was conveniently overhead filming. Gee, I wonder about that as well. But, I'm a curious sort of girl. We own the night, not just because it creates the optimal conditions for the element of surprise. The majority of operations are conducted at night to limit collateral damage. How did those news choppers know where to go? Well, I'd like to know that too, because boy, that would be very convenient for a news helicopter to know exactly where to go to get the money shots. Yes, it would be indeed. This was supposed to be the highest priority, highly classified, with every agency pulling doubles, yet somehow all of this leaked seamlessly to allow a key piece of evidence to be captured on film. Yes, how convenient was that? I would say it was very convenient indeed. By design, 13 packages with no explosive agents was, by design, and allowed to transpire for political expediency, with Obama's shadow government operatives faithfully guaranteeing no crisis goes to waste. Why else would they conduct surveillance on him for 24 hours, as if they were waiting for the last 2 devices to be delivered for maximum effect before apprehension? But then again, how these packages magically arrived at their designated hubs for distribution and delivery over 1,000 miles away seems to be just as suspicious and controversial, and I would concur. The fact that he was being called the mega bomber days before he was even ever identified should tell even the most ardent opponent of this administration that something doesn't add up. I want to see the CCTV footage of this lifelong New York State drug peddling Democrat mailing 13 packages from the only post office in Plantation, Florida. The other thing that I find quite curious is the fact that he was a Democrat, or he was a Republican, and while people were actually watching the website, and I do have proof of that, that he magically changed to a Democrat. My, he's fickle. Such a fickle bomber. Fickle bomber. All those suspicious packages must have gone straight to his head. Yes, this man was no Christian conservative Republican, which is exactly why this was allowed to transpire, knowing his rolling billboard of a van wouldn't have been a meme by now, especially being so close to Miami. Those stickers looked awfully new considering summer just passed. How were they not faded in the least bit considering it's the Sunshine State and all? Yes, I was wondering that too, and I also wonder why everyone keeps calling him white. He's not white. Apparently, he is Native American. He's not white at all. Well, what a surprise. I even predicted that the perpetrator or patsy would be a small business owner to check off the globalist agenda ideology. And I myself predicted that he would be caught wearing a MAGA hat. Of course, they've got pictures of him in his MAGA hat, and that he would be a fan of Q. And apparently there is some Q whatever on his van. But then what wasn't on his van? Like they said, it was a rolling billboard. So I fear this president is either being advised to allow these manufactured scenarios to play out politically first so he is seen as not being dictatorial before the midterms by imprisoning political opposition, knowing it will only galvanize the resistance target electorate of moderates and independents. The establishment knows united we stand, divided this administration falls, and so does President Trump. The president is being advised and guided spiritually to exhaust all avenues, politically and legally, before dropping the hammer as an emulsifier to create a more cohesive country united against these subversive operatives known as the resistance. This domestic terrorist consortium of activist groups will never allow America to unite as we the people as long as this administration is in power. Now, I don't agree with everything that this person is saying, because I don't believe that it's the administration that's in power that's the problem. I believe that it's the deep state. And I think more or less that that's what this person is saying as well. But I think that, he is tying President Trump in with the administration. And I think that the establishment is the deep state. All right. And then they said, I almost forgot. Tell me how FBI agents leaking intel stating the devices contain no explosive material is not a hoax device. And does this show a mutiny within the ranks of the FBI, proving this was manufactured and nurtured into execution? These sources have always been virtually 100% reliable. So where is the disconnect? Is the director lying for political expediency? And someone else said, yeah, it was all fake. Thank God for the internet. Well, the thing is, how is this person even being charged as a bomber when he didn't bomb anybody? He didn't even have the intention of bombing anyone because the devices were not even wired up correctly. There was nothing in there to explode. So, at the most, I don't know, criminal mischief? I don't know. I don't know what he could be charged with, but he can't be charged with making a bomb when it really wasn't a bomb. When you make a bomb, isn't it supposed to explode? I mean, isn't that the whole purpose of doing it? If your whole purpose is to scare somebody or to cause a stir, then sure, he succeeded at that, but he most certainly did not intend to hurt anybody in terms of, a bomb going off, which most certainly would. And it wouldn't have been his intended targets anyway, because Trump doesn't handle his own mail. He didn't get one, but, the Clintons don't handle their own mail. George Soros doesn't handle his own mail. So it would have been the plebes that are under these people that have done nothing wrong and are completely innocent and just trying to make a living. That's the people that would have been harmed. So none of this makes sense. None of it. But let's go over here now and get off this site. And I'm going to, okay. And I think that this is interesting. The 4chan trolls mock false flag bomb scare by making parody bombs. And it's silliness, but it's great silliness. I love silliness. So this is the, and this is from Jim Acosta. Photos of the bomb and package sent to CNN. No, Jim, don't call anybody. Take a picture first. Who does that? No, really. If you really thought that was a bomb, you would be, all we'd see is the little undersides of your feet as you run away. That's all we'd see. I mean, nobody hangs around. Yeah, I wonder if it's going to explode. Can I poke it? Nobody does that. Anyway. So, this is the big bad bomb. And of course, there's spelling mistakes in the, and it's not postmarked. So, not sure how it got there. I guess maybe the rats brought it up just, I don't know. Big buildings in New York, they have rats. Yeah, I don't know. How did it get up there? Did the cat bring it? I don't know. To John Brennan, his name's spelt. And why would, it's just weird. It's weird. You have to admit. So, some bomb technicians who studied photos of the device suggested the bomb sent to CNN had hallmarks of fake explosive, the kind more typically depicted on television and in movies rather than devices capable of detonating. And of course, they were all, this isn't, oh, here it is. Here is a picture of I love the Chans, man. 4chan trolls. They're the best. They're the best of the trolls. And here they are with a maple syrup bottle and a looks like a Timex watch or whatever. Strapped to it, like priority mail, alt-right to the Democrats. And then, Democrats spelt wrong. Love it. I love this. Oh, I love this. I used to have one of those old, the old time, my mom has. She still has it. It's pink. Anyway, this is just, to me, this is hysterical. From not CIA to you. Special handling, fragile. I mean, that's hysterical. I love the Chans. I love the Chans, man. Now, this is a really complicated one. I don't even know. I don't even know everything that they used in this. Calculator. I mean, they threw everything in there for good measure. It's hysterical. And what this is from, white males, 1776 Mega Street, and it's winning USA. USA's, crossed out with Russia, spelled wrong. 2, caravan migrant, big government, shithole bean something. Bean, I don't know. All right. I'm sorry. I had to show you these. I had to. Okay, just indulge me. Indulge me just this once. I had to show you these. Had to. Well, I didn't have to, but why should I laugh alone? Oh, I love this. Oh, this one. Uh-oh, they've wired up the cat. I hope the cat doesn't explode. Man, they make the worst bombs. Dry roasted peanuts. They're absolutely should be outlawed. And 2, Madame President, P.O. Box 666, Washington, D.C. Oh, and this one has a bottle of Brain Force. That's funny. Oh, that is just too funny. It's too funny. And this one's a box of borax and an EMF detector. Yeah, see, you gotta love the chance, really. That's my favorite. Okay, that's my favorite. Oh my gosh. You know, now I'm going to have to start making bombs. 2, beautiful Madame President. Not Antifa. That's who it's from. Not Antifa. Oh, this is funny. Breaking 911. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio. This is not a hoax. This is the real thing. The bomb that was removed from the CNN building was a serious bomb. No, it wasn't. It was no more serious than these bombs. I mean, anybody looking at that would know it's not a bomb. Come on. And that is a cat. It's a cat, not a bomb. But it's an awfully cute cat and very, very good-tempered. On Wednesday, NBC News, Bill Qannon said the alleged bomb plot was likely inspired by talk radio and Fox News rather than fringe websites like 4chan and Qannon, adjacent communities on Reddit and Facebook. So I'd say such parody is fair game. Yeah, I'd say so. All right. Okay. Now we've done that. So let's get back to the serious stuff now. And this is serious right here. This is the same guy, Caesar, although he's got a different last name here, but it is the same guy. Well, would it surprise you to find out that he has a friend in the CIA? I would like to wish my great friend from Academy 9 years military school, Ricky, a happy birthday and lifetime from CIA. Congrats on your invention. Many successes, my brother. So do you take, maybe, like I'm reading this and I'm thinking, well, he's probably CIA himself. What do you think? I think so. It doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. And, you know, when I was taught by a very, very smart man that if something doesn't make sense, someone's probably trying to confuse you. Seriously. I mean, even Jesus said that the Bible, that all of that is simple enough for a child to understand. The gospel, it's simple enough for a child to understand. And generally they say that if you can't break things down so that a child can understand it, then you don't understand it. So what I'm saying here is when I look at all this evidence out there and I'm reading in the paper and I'm reading here and looking online and whatever, I'm confused. So in that case, I would have to come to the conclusion that somebody's trying to confuse me because things should make sense. Generally, you look at things and they make sense. You might not understand them. Like, for example, if it's a murder-suicide or something and you think this is so tragic, but all of the evidence points in that way, then even though you don't understand why, you still make sense of the crime. But this makes no sense. No sense at all. Because he was a Democrat and then suddenly a Republican, although he doesn't follow any Democrats or Republicans on his Twitter account, which he still has, which, by the way, how does he still have a Twitter account? And yet all of these conservatives, that is so dangerous for the community. They have to rip those down right away because, my gosh, we can't, they're a conservative. But yet Mr. Bomb Guy that doesn't even know how to make a bomb, yet he's still got his Twitter account. What's with that? Doesn't make sense to me. And if things don't make sense, there's a reason. There's a reason. Because somebody's trying to make usually it's because somebody's trying to lie, confuse you, throw you off. Well, all of the above in this case, right? That's what I would say. Now, this, if I can make it big enough for you guys to see, it'll be very blurry, but it'll be big and blurry, and that's the important part. All right. Here, over here, okay, these are the same, this is from the same place, okay? They were taken, I think, 5 or 10 minutes apart. I can't remember. It just says, in a matter of minutes, he just happened to go from being a Democrat to a Republican. Now, so he's already in custody, so who changed his page? Right? Who changed his page? And why? Why? Over here, right here where my cursor is, political party, Democrat Party. But over here, it says Republican. And these were taken minutes apart. So it changed, and he's in custody. So who changed it and why? Why was it important to make him a Republican? Not just any Republican. Oh, a Donald Trump loving Republican. Yep. These are questions we can't answer because the information that we've been given is faulty. According to the background check record obtained from FDLE, he was arrested on August 20th, 2002 by the Miami Police Department, charged with a felony threat to discharge destructive device. So he's been arrested 9 times previously, including for a bomb threat. So that's important to know. But again, threatening, making a bomb threat, and making a bomb are 2 different things. First of all, second of all, I mean, I'm with you. It's a very serious offense. You can't make bomb threats. I understand that, but in this instance, he didn't really. Well, he didn't. It wasn't really a. Well, I don't know. I don't know how the law looks at this. I really don't. Are any of you guys in law enforcement or former law enforcement officers? You might want to weigh in on this. How does the law look at that? If it didn't contain any explosive material, they can't prove that he had any intent to harm anybody other than scaring them. But if scaring somebody is against the law, then I guess all trick-or-treaters need to be arrested. I don't know. I don't know. I can look at this both ways. Obviously, he did do something wrong. If he did do it, he did something wrong. You can't, even as a joke, you can't do that. But he obviously can't be charged with attempted murder. I don't know. So here, this is him under a different last name, but that's clearly him because he's an odd-looking fellow to me. He's very memorable, and in fact, I had to stare at him a good long while because he looks familiar to me, and he looks like a guy that used to hang out near where I hung out in North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if he's ever lived there, but it kind of freaked me out when I saw his face. I kept looking at it and I thought, man, there's something about that man that looks familiar to me, but I can't place it. Anyway, here it says he's current booking agent, sales, marketing, promotions, project manager, live events, Seminole, Hard Rock Live, former professional soccer player, wrestler, cage fighter. He's from Sunny Isle Beach, Hollywood, Florida, but then I've also heard that he's homeless and he was living in that van. Now, I don't know how that van, you could park that van anywhere in America, and with all those stickers, you would have had it all keyed up and everything else, because you know what's happening right now. I mean, people can't even go into a restaurant with a MAGA hat on without being accosted. I'm seeing it every day on Twitter. people posting stuff about being assaulted or insulted or whatever because they're wearing a MAGA hat. So what do you think if you're driving around in a billboard for Trump and Q, you're probably going to get your car keyed. I don't know, but I'm just saying those stickers looked brand new. They weren't faded. And, you know, how does he even see out of there? I don't know. Now, and they were saying he was homeless, and this person saying, how does a guy living in a van get the address of all these high-ranking people? Are they blocked? Who knew? Aren't they blocked? Like, how the heck did he know where George Soros lived? I didn't know that George Soros had a compound in New York. In fact, everybody I talked to said, wow, I didn't know Soros was, you know, lived that close to the Clintons. I didn't, nobody knows. It's not like you can just go to the phone book and look these people up. How did he get their addresses? That's the other thing. And look at this van. How do you see out of that van to even drive anywhere? It's ridiculous. Who would do that? I mean, I guess if you were mentally ill, yes, but I really have never seen anybody with that many on a van. Never. But, you know, quite possibly, just because I haven't seen it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Just like the unicorn, you know, the evasive unicorn. And did you know that in Michigan it's okay to hunt unicorn? So if you want to go find one, that's the place to go. Anyway, now here's something else. Why the hell is the media calling this Caesar Sayoc a white male? There's nothing white about the man. Once again, the media, including Fox News, just stirred up more hate towards white Republicans because of their BS lies. And you know, the more they call him a white man, it's just, they're putting it in our heads. Oh, he's a white supremacist. He's, you know, he's a racist, like all Trump supporters. That's the way they want to paint everyone that supports Trump. You're all racist. You're all redneck. We're all, you know, simple people, simple country folk. Whatever. Now, I will say one thing for us, though, and I mean this. We're a good-looking bunch. Now, I'm talking, you put the Republicans and the Democrats side by side. You can tell them apart. You know what I'm talking about. I know you do. All right. Now, this really angered me, but part of me is saying this has to be a joke. This has to be a joke, as it clearly looks like it was taken in Chinatown. And this says, keep New York City trash free. And it has a white woman, blonde hair with a MAGA hat, carrying a Bible. Interesting. Totally offensive, but interesting. And then over here, keep New York City trash free. And we have what looks like a redneck guy whose name is probably Bubba, holding a Chick-fil-A cup. And he has a Union Jack tattoo in the shape of a heart, and he's wearing his MAGA hat as well. Keep New York City trash free. Both of these people are white. Now, I would say that this is highly offensive. Why is this allowed? I don't know. Or is this some elaborate joke? It looks very much to me, even looking closer, that this is actually a billboard and not photoshopped, because I was looking for that. But again, sometimes it's hard to tell, so I don't know. But I'm not the only person that's picked up on this, so yeah, there's pictures like this around out there on the internet, and I want to know, what are they from? Because I find this offensive. Why is it okay if anyone offends us, but you know, if you offend a Democrat, oh my gosh, you know, the world is over. You'll have to pay for their psychiatrist bills, everything. You're going to have to pay for their tissues, because they cry a lot. Leave me alone. Okay. You always have to call them a wambulance because they're always like, ah. Okay, anyway. All right. Here's Bill Mitchell. Wait, let's see. Bombs sent in envelopes creating maximum suspicion because they look and feel like bombs. You send them from the same district you're actually in. Your van is covered in Trump stickers to the point of being ridiculous. This guy wanted to be caught. Of course he did. Of course he did. Because this is all a CIA whatever. It's a false flag. It's completely made up. It's ridiculous that anyone would believe that this is a true story. And yet they do. They live, they breathe, they talk, and unfortunately, they vote. Yes. So, I don't know. I don't know what happened to people's ability to think things through. I'm not talking about you guys. None of this makes sense. Now, this doesn't really belong in here. I just stuck it in there just because I wanted to, because I can. A Mexican trucking company with U.S. DOT license number 1202728 is caught aiding and abetting illegals by transporting Central Americans to break our immigration laws. The Mexican the Mexican trucking company license to operate in the U.S. should be revoked and the driver charged. I agree, and we'll see if that happens. It needs to happen. Absolutely. Now, and here this person's asking the same question I did. Why is his account still available? Every other criminal's social media accounts are closed immediately. It's like they want the discussion to continue till the midterms. Yeah. That's exactly it. And you and I know it because we're not stupid. We look beyond what they tell us to the whole picture. And the whole picture is not coming together. It doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense. And sometimes things don't make sense and you think, well, maybe I'm missing just a piece here or there or whatever. But this doesn't appear to be one of those cases where you're just missing maybe the linchpin and then it'll all pull together. No. Oh, that's here. I don't know if you can see her or not. Look, Picasso. I'm not here. Let me go over to this page so I can see it if you're seeing her. Because I want to show you Picasso. Trying to get you in here. Are you moving around? What are you doing? What are you doing, Picasso? I can't get you in here. Oh, I tried. Look, come here. Come on, show people. Show people your pretty face. Oh, come on. Okay, I'll stop messing with her because that's got to be annoying. All right. Now, come on. They can hear you meowing. You might as well come up and join the conversation. You've already put your 2 cents in. Yes, you have. All right. You see, this is the difference between this and professional news. Nobody would ever mistake this for professional news. Anyway, let's go on here. In the last week of September, ICE arrested, this is important, I thought, 98 illegals in North Texas, including multiple MS-13 members, 40 illegals in New England, including gang members, child rapists, wife beaters, and murderers, and 150 illegals in Los Angeles. I would assume that is Los Angeles and not Louisiana, although it's possible that it's Louisiana. 90% had previous criminal convictions, including rape. So, yeah, we definitely don't want unvetted people coming into the country. And that just makes sense. I don't have children, but if I did, I would be even more adamant about it. But I don't want anybody else's children harmed either. You have to vet these people before you let them in. And it only makes sense. You don't want them to bring in diseases. You don't want, drug gangs. You don't want drugs. You don't, just all makes sense. Now, here's another picture I found of him on Breaking 911. Just in, Cesar Sayoc, the suspect in mail bomb scare, worked at Ultra Gentlemen's Club in West Palm Beach last night. I don't know. That's what they're saying on Breaking 911. That does not even look like a picture of him, to tell you the truth. Looks like he's got TENS units on here, like the little electrical stimulation for your muscles. It's a very odd pose that he has there. I don't know. But here's something else that I want you guys to think about. Apparently on, I believe it was CNN tonight. I didn't see it. I'm taking this secondhand, but I do trust the source. That his lawyer was saying that he's not capable of this, that he's not quite mentally capable enough to think of something like this. So I don't know. I don't know. I guess it's his lawyer, so perhaps they're going to go for a insanity plea. So this, I don't know whether to trust his lawyer's point or not, but apparently this guy is a little bit slow or mentally deficient in some way. Now I'm not sure if he's mentally ill or just slow. I don't know. I don't know what to believe, because to tell you the truth, I don't really believe anything that's coming out. And, there's reasons for that. We're not able to trust our news anymore. And because this stuff has been going on, these created false flags, it's hard to know what's real and what isn't anymore. Just is. Now, let me check this, because I think this might be something I wanted to show you guys. Picasso. She's hungry. I got home late today and I rushed to do this instead of feed them, and so she's just standing by her dish looking all forlorn, and it's breaking my heart. Okay, please explain to me why someone who loves Trump so much follows 0 conservative or GOP accounts, but all liberals, and the account wasn't dormant. The most conservative account Cesar Sayoc follows is Kim Kardashian. Odd. Mega bomber narrative being pushed? Well, yeah. And of course, he's showing on his account here that he's not following any. If he was going to send bombs to these people, don't you think he would have followed them on Twitter if he was so concerned about them? He was, upset with them, upset with what they were doing, what they were saying, whatever. Don't you think he would follow them? I mean, that would make sense to me, but I don't know. So let's go back and just see what else we have here that I needed to get us caught up with. I wanted to make sure that you knew about the conflicting narratives that we have concerning this man, but I'm sure, you guys are pretty sharp, so I'm pretty sure you've picked up on it already. And you've probably got things that I've missed, because, like I said, I got home late today. And and if you guys have something you want to share or whatever, put it in the comments below. It's always welcome. Always welcome. I enjoy reading the comments. This was from the other day that I meant to, excuse me, itchy nose. And I meant to come back to this and I didn't, but it's from Anonymous, and I don't know. There's many anonymous, so I don't know. But anyway, it says, what of mirror? What if first drop is last? What if future proves past? Witch hunt 10:30:31. Q last post 10:09 plus 17 equals 10:28. We will see. I don't know what they're saying there now, because what is today? Today is the 26th, so I don't know. I guess he's saying that he's thinking that Q may post on 10/28, or that may, I don't know. I don't know. Now that I look at that, it made more sense to me when I looked at it before. And it could be that I'm tired too. But and of course we have also somebody, claiming now that the Russians could be behind the mail bomb scare, which is absolutely the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. But I don't have a lot tonight, and I meant to do 2 videos today, but it's just been one of those days where I was needed elsewhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it a night there, but tomorrow I have the day to devote to this and to get caught up with news and so forth, and so I will be back. I'll be bringing at least 1 video, and if there's enough news to warrant it, I will do 2. So anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful Friday evening. I hope you are enjoying what's left of it. There's about 1 hour and about 13 minutes left of it. And so enjoy it, sleep well, stay safe, and stay blessed. I will see you guys soon. Bye-bye.